Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac classes. Today's lesson is taken from Volume 4 of the Wisdom series, Chapter 9, titled Capricorn, Striving Toward the Heights. This is a beautiful chapter that will help us set standards of heights for ourselves that we may never have thought possible. And there are 7 different heights that are discussed in this chapter. And I would suggest that during the following 7 days of the full moon, take one each day, think about it, meditate on it, and ask as many questions as you can about it to see if that's the right one for you to pursue for the following year. And so let's start on page 97. Let me read that first sentence. Capricorn radiates an energy which is called energy that pushes you forward toward the heights. So there's an energy in life right now that is pushing us to consider what heights we want to climb in our life. And what are those? Let's start with the first one. The first heights are physical heights. This is really beautiful. And we read in the book Initiation that fearlessness comes from a result rather from a beautiful life. So we are going to think about what kind of heights we are going to aspire or strive toward in our physical life. That might mean climbing mountains, taking more exercise, doing more sports, changing your diet, changing the way you live your life, whatever that is. Look at your life realistically and truthfully and say to yourself, this is the kind of height that I want, and go ahead and strive toward it. It's really beautiful. And you develop, through climbing physical heights, you develop courage and fearlessness. This is very important. And remember, fearlessness is a result not of ignorance or stupid daring, but from living a life that is beautiful, something that you can depend on. Think about what that means. It's a beautiful sentence. The second heights are heights of prosperity. You may never have thought about a height being one of prosperity, but we all want prosperity. We want physical prosperity, we want emotional prosperity, mental prosperity, but we really need a lot of money. We need comfort, education, a beautiful home and clothes and so on. So physical prosperity is very, very important. So think about what kind of physical prosperity you need to aspire toward and go ahead and work toward that. There's nothing wrong with that. So many of the spiritual or religious traditions teach us that money is the root of evil, and it is not. What can we do in life without money? Big schools, churches, organizations, groups such as ours need money in large quantities, and so do you in your life. And life changes, gets better in so many ways because of great philanthropists that give to these organizations and give to educate people and feed people all over the world. So making money, being prosperous is very important. If this is important for you, then think about this on the second day and see how you can accomplish this in your life. The third heights are emotional heights. This is so important. One of the biggest problems that I see in people is their emotional upsets, ups and downs, joyless life, and they're sad and depressed, and they don't think about the emotional heights that they have to aspire toward. Striving to emotional heights is really the same process as striving to physical and prosperity heights. You maybe never thought about it that way. By going through lots of battles, valleys, and jungles, you refine your emotions. This is a different way of looking at our life. So when you are suffering emotionally, you can think, this is good for me. I am learning just what emotions are toxic, what emotions are important, what emotions I need to put aside, what emotions I need to cultivate. This is really important, and you have a choice. Often we think we don't have a choice in our emotions, but we do. That is very, very important for us. These battles involve negative emotions, memories, pain and suffering, failures and disappointments. These are very important. So next time you feel disappointed, sad, you feel like you failed in your life, don't despair. Look at the lessons it taught you. Some of the heaviest and most important lessons that I learned in my life were due to my emotional upsets. I learned through them. And these are very, very important lessons for you, so don't discount them. If you need to climb your emotional heights, Remove yourself from the valleys of despair and sadness and bring into your life joy and hope and optimism. This one's for you. So on the third day, think of the emotional heights you need to climb, or to climb out of even. After you pass through these jungles, obstacles, and hindrances, you eventually feel that you are in ecstasy and supreme joy no matter what happens in your life. This is all so important, and this is what we all want in our life, isn't it? Okay, what is the fourth height? The fourth heights are mental heights. This is so important. It is not just mental gymnastics or learning more spiritual things, reading more spiritual books, but really challenging your mind in any field of human endeavor to learn more, to know more, but even more importantly, to be more. This is so important. On page 99 he writes, "Such striving is not accumulation of knowledge. It is a fusion with the divine mind." The divine mind, the universe, has all the knowledge. And when we fuse with it, we are not separative. We are not ignorant anymore. We learn, we expand ourselves, and we become one in that divine mind. Capricorn energy bothers us and reminds us not to stay on any one level for too long. You see, Capricorn is so important. It keeps pushing us and pushing us. And so when you feel that push inside of yourself, celebrate. You've just picked up that energy. It's very important. Sometimes we feel that when life pushes us, it's just pushing us in the wrong place. We don't like it. We feel strain and stress. But rather, why don't we change that and say, when life is pushing me in any one direction, let me take a look at it and see where I'm going and how I can maybe flow with it, or maybe I need to change. You see, these are all very important struggles in our life. Okay, let's go to the fifth height. That's on page 100. The fifth heights are heights of power. I bet you never thought about this. But let me say, are you striving to be in positions of power or leadership in the world? Why not? You see, when you analyze the problems in the world, and as I have said many, many times before on this show, that the problems in the world are the lack of leadership. There is so much hatred, separatism, anger, spitefulness toward other people, other religions, other people's life choices. How are we going to change that as become leaders? Leaders of tolerance, of acceptance, and listening to others. So this is really important. Strive toward positions not for your ego, but to serve others. If you have an ideal, a goal, a dream or a vision in your life, why not become the leader to bring those people around you and make change possible? So this is very, very important. If you have the capacity to be a leader, to lead not just yourself, your family, and other people, why not learn to become a leader and aspire to the heights of leadership? And leadership and power are not negative things, are not bad words, even though we think they are. You can be a beautiful leader where you will lead people into more love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness. These are so important and so lacking in the world. So we can add to that leadership of beauty, of expansion, and we see that here and there in the world from different religions, different cultural traditions, and they're beautiful. We all identify with that kind of leader. We love that kind of leader. So why not you also become one of those leaders? Let's go to the sixth. The sixth heights are heights of creativity. You might think, I don't have any creativity. Well, think about how you can be more creative in your life. If this is something you want to do, then why not take courses in art, in music, in sewing, in creating different things in your life that would mean bringing more beauty into your life. If this is your forte, why not aspire toward that? Eventually, we will all be more creative in our life in many, many different ways. So don't think of creativity as just painting, music, art, dancing, but creative ways of solving problems, of approaching the issues in our life, approaching conversations, speech, and so on. So there are many, many ways to express creativity. And if you want to aspire toward the heights of creativity, on the sixth day, think about what this means in your life. Take it as wide and broad as you can. Don't get stuck to just one definition of creativity. Let's go to number 7. On the 7th day of the full moon period, strive toward heights of spirituality, spiritual heights. This is so beautiful and important. Spiritual heights lead to transformation of your entire personality. What does this mean? Look at this beautiful definition of spiritual heights. To achieve spiritual heights means transformation of your personality so that you know yourself as you really are. Sometimes when I say to people, discover who you truly are, what you are really all about, there's such a sadness in people's hearts because they know they have covered that up. The most essential part of them has been covered up. So let me tell you, at this time of the new year approaching, and we are facing 2015, a new year in our life, and let's strive to become who we truly are. To achieve spiritual heights means to touch the great creative source in the universe and to be conscious of the energies, forces, and laws controlling life. So find out on that 7th day, number 1, what is in your essence? Who are you truly? What kind of a person are you? And find out deep inside of you what that is, and try to bring that out in everything that you do this year, everything that you say, everything that you think, and how you communicate to people, that it is truly your essence that is coming out. This is so important because when we talk to people, when we communicate with people and live with people, and we are dealing with the real person, it is such a joy. It is so healing and so beautiful. When we are dealing from a false self, or we're talking to people who are pretending, or we're pretending, we are in some kind of glamour or pretense or illusion, it's really disappointing at the end of the day, and nobody knows it better than ourselves. So when we're pretending, we know we are. So let's stop pretending and be our true self. Now, how can we build these heights? These are discussed in, let's see how many, 5, 7, 8, 9 ways. Torquem gives us instructions on how to practice and achieve these heights. Let me just highlight them for us. These are discussed on pages 102, 103, and 104. And by the way, at the bottom of 104 and 105, you will see a reorientation ceremony to engage yourself every Saturday night. How to do this, I'll let you look that up. It's really, really beautiful. So simple to do. So let's see, how can we climb to the heights? These are 9 rules that are given, and they are so practical and so beautiful. I know when I put these into my life changes. What's the first one? Build your temporary goal on the path of your vision of the heights. So when you have a goal, when you have a vision, build that vision on one of these 7 heights. Don't go anywhere else for a while. Try to build your vision on one of those 7 heights and really strive toward it. Number 2, you're going to educate yourself in the field of your vision. Whichever kind of vision of height you choose, whether it's physical, emotional, prosperity, leadership, spiritual heights, educate yourself in that and say, how do I accomplish that? So that you're not just going helter-skelter, you are approaching it in a logical and sequential and in a natural way. Number 3, work very hard in your field. It's not a 9-to-5 job, rather, to strive. It's daily. It's every hour, every minute. Don't give up. Don't just say, oh, today I'm going to be good, tomorrow I'll be bad. It doesn't work that way. Don't slide back. Try to keep that push, that energy behind you. Sometimes push harder, sometimes let up a little bit. But keep in mind that you are always pushing toward the heights of your vision. And by the way, don't choose all 7 all at once. Just choose one. And after the 7th day of meditation, choose one that you want to focus on for the rest of the year. And see if you can take 1 day a week, let's say Saturday or Sunday, put aside all your studies and meditations and focus on that vision, that height that you want to accomplish. And if you feel like you accomplish it after a month or 2 or 6 months, then move on to the next one. There's plenty of work for us to do for the rest of our lives. Now, what's another hint or rules that he gives us? Number, let's see, 5 on page 103. This is so beautiful. Be patient with hindrances outside and inside your being. This is so important. Hindrances are going to come up. They are important. We don't achieve things by just easy breezy, nice and easy ways of doing things. Do not be discouraged if that silly body, silly emotions, or silly mind does wrong things. This is very important. You are going to decouple yourself from the bodies and say, I will learn how to be a leader of my bodies. I will learn how to rule over you. Say, the time will come when I will discipline you. But remember, to be patient does not mean to be indifferent. You're not indifferent. You're patient. Be patient means to be more alert than before. So you're patient. What are you looking for? Opportunities to climb the height that you want. So you're awake, patient, and alert in this process of climbing toward the height. Number 6 is so beautiful. Be open-minded, but have concentration. Another big problem that I see in people is they're open-minded, so they go in every direction, they do every meditation, they study every discipline, they are the masters of none. And this is really important. When you focus on one thing that you want to be the master of, you will see how it relates to everything else in your life. Don't go all over the place. Focus on one thing and try to get that done as much as possible and the best that you can be, always keeping in mind what everything else is around you in your life. So you're going to concentrate and also be open-minded. See how you can accomplish that. This is really nice, the 7th one. Very, very important for us. Eliminate the fear of failure on your path by visualizing and praying for success. This is so important. Prayer and visualization are your power tools. Whenever you feel like you are climbing toward the heights, you're not going where you want to go, things are in your place holding you back, then visualize success and pray for success. Pray for the energy to continue. Pray for the energy to combat the failure and climb over those obstacles. This is very, very important. And number 8, this is really beautiful. Realize that your achievements must be used for God and for all His children everywhere. So when you pray and visualize, don't say this is just for me, just for my children or nation. Expand it out. Expand your possibilities and your visualizations to say, whatever I achieve, I'm going to share it with others, for the children of God. Everywhere, everyone deserves my beauty, my leadership, my abundance, and so on. Okay? Number 9, have a weekly reorientation ceremony with yourself on Saturday night. So this is really beautiful. Saturday night, it says here, is a special holy night, and follow this plan that's outlined here. Let me just give it to you briefly, and then you can read about it and do it. So you light a candle, you have a circle, you put in the circle a statement of your vision, and you keep silent for a few minutes, and then you say your prayers and meditations on that vision, on that special night. So you are reorienting yourself every week. Imagine if you reoriented yourself toward good and toward your future every week, once a week, what you can accomplish. Instead of sitting and worrying and talking about everything that's gone bad in the world this week, why not reorient yourself to focus on the possibilities? This is so important, and it will change your life. This is so beautiful. So this is the lesson. Capricorn, striving toward the heights. 7 ways that you can strive toward the heights. Choose one that will be your focus for the next month, 6 months, year, whatever. When you accomplish one, you will see that you will naturally flow to the next one, and you will also see that naturally you have accomplished so much of the others. So if you do one really beautifully and strongly, live a beautiful life in that one height, you will see how you accomplish so much of everything else. All right. Now let's do our meditation. This meditation is given on pages 105 and 106. Very simple. We are going to visualize a big mountain, and we are going to call that mountain one of the 7 heights. I will remind us of the 7 heights. Choose one, and then I will walk us through it. Okay, so sit nice and erect. Keep your spine erect. Close your eyes and always put a smile on your face when you do meditation. There's no reason to strain or try to look very serious. So relax, put a smile on your face, and visualize a big mountain, a beautiful mountain of any kind that you want to climb. Call that mountain one of the 7 heights. Let me remind us what those are. Heights of physical, prosperity and abundance, emotional, mental, power and leadership, creativity, or spiritual heights. Choose one and call that mountain, for example, physical heights or prosperity heights. Put a title on it and then start climbing to the top of the mountain. Dramatize your climb in your visualization. Let's take a few minutes and see how much you can focus on that visualization. Realize as you're climbing toward that height that you have chosen, that so many other people in the world desires the same thing and are striving toward the same height. Keep your focus and keep climbing. Remember, you need to be patient, to be joyful, not give up, keep striving, but be focused, very focused. When you come to the top of the mountain, see that there are hundreds of others who are desiring the same thing and striving toward the same height. And gather together as a group and embrace each other in a circle and visualize saying this next mantra all together, repeating after me with deep concentration and slowly and with focus. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate. Outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all men love. Lead us, O Lord, from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality, from chaos to beauty. Say 3 ohms in silence or out loud. Thank you for being with me. It is always a joy to present these wonderful classes, and I wish you and your family a most joyous and blessed new year, the year of 2015. I hope your dreams of heights come true, and I hope you aspire and then strive toward everything that you hold dear. And remember, these books, The Wisdom of the Zodiac in 4 volumes, are your great companions on this path. Every month I will bring one of the lessons from these volumes to you. Please share them with your friends and loved ones, and have a wonderful, wonderful week of striving toward the heights. Thank you for being with me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.